Hi guys, it's your Island Girl and I'm back with another reaction video for you today. And today I'm reacting to, I have never seen these common British items before moving to the UK. So I'm getting this one from Girl Gone London. The link will be in the description below. If you want to watch this video undisturbed, that's where you find the link. Please go over and show her some love. Amazing channel that she has over there. So I want to see the things that are common in Britain that she has never seen here in the US before moving to the UK. All right, guys. So come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face, and enjoy. To all my regular schmegulas, day one, studie pies, studie poos, come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face, and enjoy this reaction with your Island Girl. Let's get into this video. Here we go, right about now.
Again, down to electrical codes, Americans are like, let's just put all the electricity into one wet room. That's fine. Electrocute yourself away. Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I'm a dual UK and American citizen, and I've made a list of 17 household items here in the UK that I genuinely had never seen before moving here. Okay. Some of them are kind of specific, and you might think, well, that makes sense why she hasn't seen them before moving to a new country. And some of them I think you're going to be surprised that I had literally never encountered before. So let's get started with the list. Number one is a switch to turn on a socket like this. So if you're not in the UK, this is what a British socket or outlet looks like. And you do have to turn on the electricity to it using the individual switch on the plug. This is not something that we have in the US, or at least that I had ever seen before. Our system was simply that you plug something in. The outlet is always on, as it were. There's no on-off switch. And so you plug something in and it gets charged. Here in the UK, if you forget to actually turn on the electricity to the outlet, you can plug something in and have it not actually be charging, which is better for conserving electricity, but it's not better for an American who moves to the UK and used to forget this. So I would plug in my phone or something and it wouldn't be charging, even though I thought it was. So that's something that if you are moving to the UK that you might need to get used to. The next thing on my list.
So I will concur. We don't have that here in the US at all. I've never seen that in Jamaica as well. So that's a new one to me. I did a video the other day and where he was talking about plugs and that little on button was there. And I'm like, look at that. That's crazy. Nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I would get caught up into that too. Visiting the UK, I'd be like, okay, plug my phone in and think it is charging and forget that I need to turn that switch on, because here the plugs, the sockets are always live. You plug in and you're ready to go. There's no turn off and turn on to conserve anything. It's just always ready to go. So that's very interesting. Let's move on to the next one.
This is a shaving point, which looks like this and is a type of outlet in a UK bathroom that you plug your like shaver, and like an electrical toothbrush has this kind of charger. What? It's a different outlet and a different type of plug that goes into it. I had never encountered this before, never seen a different kind of plug to be used in the bathroom. American bathrooms just have regular outlets in them, which is not allowed in the UK, but in America it is. So you can plug in anything you want in an American bathroom. There's no separate style of plug. Yeah. And so when I first moved to the UK, I'm like, what is this contraption on the wall in the bathroom? And how do I plug in my hairdryer? Turns out you can't plug in a hairdryer into a UK bathroom for safety reasons, electrical reasons. There's a higher electrical voltage in the UK, but in America, again, you want to plug in your hairdryer over the running water? No one cares. Plug it in. So we don't have different outlets in the bathroom, and that is something that I first encountered when I moved to the UK. Next up.
Hold up. That right there, I ain't gonna lie. That's a shocker right there. You don't have where you can plug in your hairdryer in your bathroom? Okay, and that plug-in that she talked about for your toothbrushes and a hair, okay. Shocker, new to me. Okay, I'm just thinking, so okay, You don't have where you can just plug a socket where you just plug the hair dryer in your bathroom. You don't have where you can just, it's a shaving. The way that little thing looked that she showed a while ago, I'm like, I would be, I'd be so confused. Golly. But I get the concept. You know, you won't be in danger blowing your hair and having water running and having electrical going in the bathroom. That makes perfect sense.
On my list, and we're going into the kitchen now, is an egg cup. And I mentioned this in my video about eggs. We typically don't have egg cups as common household items in America. We typically don't eat eggs this way by doing the kind of like dippy egg and Soldiers kind of experience. If we were to have a hard-boiled or soft-boiled egg, we would kind of just put it on the plate or maybe in like a small dish, but we wouldn't have a specific egg cup for it. Again, I'm sure some Americans do, especially if you have relatives or, you know, recent family history from other parts of the world. But your standard all-American family are not going to have egg cups in the house. So that was something I first encountered when I moved to the UK.
Don't know what an egg cup is. Never seen it before. Never heard of an egg cup before. So that one right there. Another one. So that's 3 on the list that I've never seen or heard of before. Let's continue. Egg cup.
And the next thing on my list, which is going to be one of the more surprising ones, is a kitchen scale for food, a food scale. Yes, I have seen a scale that you step on with your body, but I had never seen a scale that you weighed food with before living in America. So we typically use a different system of measurements, which everybody complains about in the comment section when they comment on my videos saying, why do all American recipes just measure stuff in cups? What's a cup? A cup is an actual form of measurement. You actually buy a measuring cup that looks like this. And yeah, we measure stuff in cups and obviously tablespoons, teaspoons, whatever. We don't measure stuff typically in our recipes in weight, in grams and stuff like that. So yeah, it is confusing because it'll be like a cup of chopped bananas, but it's like, how chopped are these bananas? Or a cup of flour, and there's a very specific way you're supposed to put the flour in the cup in order to make sure it's not too jam-packed. It is confusing, I know, but I'm just saying on my list, I had never seen a kitchen food scale. I'd never seen it. I'm not saying Americans don't use it who are better at cooking than me, but in my experience living in the US, I have never seen a kitchen food scale. Now I use it all the time. Do not worry. I have been converted both by necessity and by choice. But yeah, I lived for 20 plus years in America, never having seen a food scale in the kitchen. And another very obvious.
That's a new one. I have seen the food scale here in the kitchen. That's something that I was never used to leaving Jamaica and being here in the state. I'm like, why do you guys have a food scale? But I am familiar with the cup and the teaspoon and the tablespoon. Those measurements I am familiar with, but the scale. So now I think it's common here now in the US as to when she was living here back in the days. Is what I can say.
Thing in the UK that I had not experienced in the US, and this is partly due to my background because I was born and raised in Florida. I had never seen a radiator like this. I swear to you, had never seen one before. Had no idea how to like turn it on. When people talk about bleeding the radiator, I'm like, what does that even mean? No idea. In where I'm from in Florida, mostly we use air conditioning. We don't really need the heat, but if we do, it comes from the same kind of HVAC system as the air conditioning. So it's like heated air rather than the radiator style. And I just had never been in a house with a radiator. The next thing on my list is I've never seen anything like that before. I'm on board with her with that one. Like she said, my heating system, it comes up through the vents. And that's pretty much it. It's the same thing
if it's cold or hot air. I've never seen, and she said something about bleeding the radiator. I have no clue what she's talking about. So that's another one that I've never seen, and yeah.
I've never seen a window like this with a key in the lock. Not kidding.
Ouch.
All of the windows that I had experienced in Florida were, I think, what they are called here as sash windows. And you simply, there is like a little latch, but it just goes up and down. It slides up and down. There is not a specific key to go in the window. So when I first moved to the UK and discovered windows with keys that went in the locks, it was a very different experience. Now, I've mentioned this in another video, but I don't love the key type of windows. I have to say I prefer ones that just have like an easy latch that you can just open, not worry about losing the key if you've locked the window or something like that. I'm sure it's better for security, but I was just always used to windows that you simply had a little latch on the inside that goes up and down. And on that note, the next thing on my...
Okay, that one got me as well. You have a key. I'm looking at my window. It's a latch, like she said. It's just a simple latch. So I'm like, a key to lock your window? Man, I would have been locked in my house and can't go anywhere. I can't get no fresh air in because I'll be losing. Guys, I'm no good with keys. I'm no good with keys. I can't. I'm always looking for my keys. So can you imagine? That just seems weird, and weird for me because I've never seen anything like that. I've never heard of anything like that. Growing up in Jamaica, I've never seen anything like that. My window slides to this. They're sliding windows from left to right. It's not even push up like I see most people in New York have it. It's like I said, slide from left to right. So that's an interesting one. Key. Lock your window with a key.
My list was I had never experienced a set of windows that had a smaller one that you could simply only open that one. So I just was used to big, kind of like single pane windows. It is what it is. It's just like a giant piece of glass that can go up and down. Whereas here in the UK, I've encountered so many different types of window configurations, and mine and a lot of others that I see have this like tiny window, so you can open the tiny window to like let moisture out of the house or to get some airflow in without opening the whole window. But having just like a little tiny baby window as part of the bigger window frame is definitely something that I hadn't seen before moving to the UK.
That's another new one. Never seen anything like that before in my life. That's for sure. The only small window I've ever seen, those bathrooms, they have those little, but it's not within another window. So that's a new one. I like your style though, guys, because you can have a little window into a bigger window. You have lock to your key. Poor me. Lock for your windows. I'm done. Then you have turn off power switch. You don't have any plug inside of your bathroom to plug it. I'm on board with this stuff, boy.
Okay, the next thing on my list that I had never seen before is a vacuum cleaner with a face on it, namely Henry the Hoover. Now, he is popular in businesses and in homes, so he's definitely like a solid industrial kind of like business cleaner as well. But you can definitely have one for your house. A Henry the Hoover. He's just adorable. I mean, it's a vacuum cleaner with a face. I'm sold. I don't currently own one, but I'm debating about getting one to do a video about Henry the Hoover. So if you think I should do that, comment down below. The next thing.
Okay. That is cute. A vacuum cleaner with a face on it. Never seen that here in the US before. Never seen that before. So that's another one. That's pretty cute. I know it's a vacuum cleaner, guys, but it's cute.
On my list that I had not seen before moving to the UK is a combo washer and dryer. So if you're watching this from outside of the UK, and particularly from like outside of Europe, you might be surprised to know that there exists such a thing as a combination washer and dryer. had never experienced this in the US. We just have bigger homes typically, and even like in a small apartment, even though I had lived in smaller places in the US, we would typically like go to the laundromat or go to like the laundry services within the apartment building. So maybe you didn't have it in your apartment, but you weren't going to have like a tiny combo washer dryer in your apartment or in your flat. So experiencing this for the first time was definitely very confusing. I was a student in London and we were like looking around the flat trying to figure things out, and we're very confused as to whether it was a washing machine or a dryer, because we thought it had to be one or the other until we realized that actually it did both. The next thing on my list that was...
I wish she had shown a picture of it, but I've never seen anything like that here either. Because when she's like a combo, I'm like, okay, combo, it's in one? So just one part is for washing and one part for drying? Is it stick? It's just one thing. And it has partition. So different button for, I don't know what. I like I said, I hope she had, I was hoping that she had a picture, because I'm like, that's a new one. So interesting. Let me know in the comment section exactly what it is. I'm gonna look it up when I'm done, a matter of fact. Let's continue.
Was new to me when I moved to the UK are separate taps. So mixer taps that look like this are the most common in the US and were the most common where I grew up. I really don't think I had ever seen a separate taps or faucets, as we would say in the States. So hot being on one side, cold being on the other. I have covered this in other videos, and there are lots of funny memes on the internet about like how to decide whether to use the hot or cold and how to mix them without scalding yourself or being freezing. This is just something I wasn't exposed to in the US before moving to the UK. And they're not all over the UK, depending on like when the building was built. So I don't have them in my house now. I'm actually just trying to think, do I? No, I don't. But like if you go to an older building or a pub or something, it's very common sometimes to have these separate taps here, which I had never seen. The next thing on my list.
So I've never seen that here in the US as well, but I've seen it in other videos that I've done before about the UK. So that one I'm familiar with, the fact that you guys have two separate taps. That's, yeah. So I've never seen that here in the US as well, nor in Jamaica. So yeah.
Is a hot water bottle. And the first time someone said hot water bottle here, I was just thinking about a water bottle that they would somehow make hot. No, that's not it. This also, again, has to do with being from Florida, where it's very hot anyway, so we don't necessarily need help there. But I had just never seen this item, which is a hot water bottle. So you actually fill this like rubber container with hot water, and then it has a covering over it, and people just like cuddle up with it or put it in their bed at night when it's cold in the UK. And this is just something I had not been exposed to, and now I own two. The next thing...
That's an interesting one. I've never seen it. I know we have the heating pads, the one that you can plug in, like especially when you're going through your menstrual, you know, and you're having cramps, you can put it on. If you're feeling cold, you can, you know, put it under your clothes, plug it in, or battery operated. So I've never seen that one before either here in the US.
On my list is I had never seen carpet in a bathroom before moving to the UK. And this is something that is not common in the UK nowadays, from what I can tell. But I have definitely been in older homes, like grandma era homes, or like a grandma lives there and hasn't updated it in a long time kind of home, where they have carpet in the bathroom. Possibly this exists in places in America. Again, I'm not necessarily blaming the UK for this weird practice, in my opinion, but it was something that I had never seen in any home I had been in America. And in the UK, I've experienced it a couple times. To me, this doesn't make sense. To me, the bathroom is the last place that you would want carpet. So if you have carpet in your bathroom, someone please explain the reasoning. I think there's multiple obvious reasons why this would not really make sense or be a good idea. Though I do love carpet, and I prefer, fun fact, carpet over tile and hardwood flooring. So I'm on board with carpet as a floor covering. I'm just not on board with carpet in the bathroom. And I have seen it in a couple of houses in the UK. So again, someone please explain, if this is you, how that happened. The next thing.
So when she said carpet in the bathroom, my mind was going from left to right. Have I ever seen anything like that before? Have I ever come across that anytime whatsoever in Jamaica, here in the States? And I'm like, no, that that one seems way out there. Carpet, like she said, it's not a place that you'd put carpet when you think about it. I know we put plushy rugs inside our bathrooms, but carpet, it doesn't seem like it sit well to be in the bathroom. Because remember, you take a shower, sometimes stepping out, your leg is not dried off properly. I don't know. Let me know why you guys do that. If you do have it in your bathroom, why would you do something like that? That's an interesting one.
On my list, and a very obvious one people mention all the time, so we're gonna mention it and then fly right over it, is I had never seen an electric kettle before moving to the UK, and I know I even say the word kettle weird according to most Brits. Had never seen it. I had seen ones that you put on the stovetop, but I had never seen one that you plug in before I moved to the UK. Just hadn't. Okay,
I've seen the kettle. I have myself. I do have. Since I've been to the States all these years, I've been seeing the electrical kettle. So I'm not sure. And I've been here umpteen years now. So I've seen that. So interesting that she has never seen more than only the one that they put on the stovetop. And majority of people that I know, they do have a plug-in kettle. So yeah.
Okay. Next on my list is I had never seen an airing cupboard. And an airing cupboard, for those not in the know, is within the home, like a small, well, it's not small. It's large enough to hold the boiler, essentially, within the home. But then there's usually some shelves, so there's like a small amount of storage within the airing cupboard. And I have extended family members here who I know would like store some clothes in the airing cupboard, or maybe they used to like dry clothes in the airing cupboard. Essentially, it's a cupboard with the boiler in it. Our boiler in the States always used to be in the garage. Like we'd have a large garage, and so it was always just like outside in the garage, not in any type of cupboard, and not in the house. So that's something that I had never experienced before. The next thing.
That's a new one. Never heard of anything like that. Then our boiler, like she said, it's in the garage. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, that's a boiler and it has shelf in front of it. That's very interesting. Our boilers are in the garage. Majority of the houses in the US, that's how it is here. So, okay.
On my list is the washing up bowl. I had never seen a washing up bowl in the US. Yeah. It wouldn't really have made sense in the sinks that we had. We had like garbage disposals, and it just wasn't the way that we like did dishes in the US. I know that washing up bowls potentially have been in homes in the US. So again, I'm not saying this only happens in the UK, but in my experience, I personally went 20 years without ever seeing one in the US. So I moved to the UK and wondered why everybody had an extra sink within their sink. Again, there's a long history of me questioning washing up bowls on this channel, so you can go find my thoughts in other videos. I don't like them. I know a lot of you do. But for the sake of this video, let's just say, like it or not, I had never seen it before moving to the UK. And
well, I do use wash up bowls. I'm used to it. I did it in Jamaica. That's mainly what we did in Jamaica. Here in the US, I mainly see Caribbean folks that have been around have it. Like, it doesn't matter which Caribbean country they're from. I noticed that within Caribbean households, and not necessarily regular persons that were born here in the US. Regular. Persons who were born here and don't have that Caribbean heritage or culture brought within the home. So, yeah.
For my final 3 items, we are back in the bathroom, loo, toilets, whatever you want to call them, with some other things I hadn't seen. So I hadn't seen a chain or a pull cord to flush a toilet before. Had never seen that in my life. I've seen them now in like, again, I keep thinking of like an old-timey like pub. The multiple options when it comes to toilet flushing was new to me in the UK. And the final thing I had never seen before.
So the pulling on the string for the light, I've done that before, seen that, been in Jamaica, done that. The dual flush, seen that here in the US, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I've seen it since I've been here. And like I said, I've been here umpteen years. So, but the pull string for the flush of the toilet, never seen that one before. So that's interesting. So let's hear the last one that she has on her list.
Before moving to the UK is this style of electric shower.
Oh.
I lived in a flat share, or it was a house share actually, in London years and years ago that had one of these, and I was very confused as to what was happening. I knew that it was the shower, but it was just strange to me that it was like this separate box that I needed to turn on. I was always used to the more standard type of shower that looks like this. So experiencing that for the first time was new for me when I moved to the UK. Now that brings me to the end of this video. Comment below and let me know what was most surprising to you that I had never seen before moving to the UK. I would love to hear it, and things that you might have experienced when.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Majority of what she has on the list, I have never seen before. Not to mention that one a while ago where she talked about the electrical shower. That's a newbie as well. So from the turn off switch to the from the turn off switch to the egg cup to the shelf inside where the boiler room is, to the dual washing machine to majority of what she said, I have never seen that before as well. Always love her content. Good content. Like I said, the link for her video will be in the description below if you want to watch it undisturbed without me yapping. It will be there. Very interesting video. Don't forget to rock back, relax, and continue to enjoy your life. Be good, be safe, be kind, love each other. Let me know in the comment section what you'd like me to check out next, because it will be done. Love you guys. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.